I think now more than ever, this message is ready to come out and to reach you. And I'm so grateful to have you here right now. This is an intense moment on earth. We know this. The world is changing and the moment is now. You know, the moment, the reason why so many of us came to earth, to experience this reality, to help in the shift, to help in the progression of consciousness moving to the next dimension, the next way of being here on earth, the new paradigm, whatever you want to call it. And the message that's so clear right now is that ascension is not an achievement. It's never been an achievement. And I know you know this. I know that, you know, there's the innate knowing behind that, but we also live with the ego in this realm. And it sneaks in moments of confusion, in moments of stress, in moments of newness, in moments of chaos. There is the opportunity for the ego to sneak in and to try and grasp onto anything that it can, identities, emotions, opinions, things to try and anchor in. It just wants to be safe. Your subconscious, it just wants you safe. It does not want you happy. It does not want you free. It does not want you awake. It does not want you any of those things. It wants you safe. And the ego is trying to keep you safe as well by trying to attach to different identities. You've probably lived a pretty novel life. You've probably had so many different pivot moments, so many unusual, unconventional. I have a little puppy back here who is going to start snoring, baby. Aslan. I also have Duchess. Oh my gosh, I have to show you guys. Duchess here. Arlo there. Is that not so adorable? You've probably lived a very novel life with so many left and right turns and just it looks unconventional. Maybe you've had people tell you in your life wow, you just live such an interesting life, so many random jobs that you've had, places that you've lived, so many different partners that you've had, you know, so many different versions of you that you've been, right? And that was with a divine plan. That was with a purpose. That was the reason why you came to earth, was so that you could experience that novelty and those pattern disruptors so that you could ascend. And those life changes are crucial and have been crucial to this exact moment here on earth. So those moments of unknown and of not feeling the ground beneath you, they have been what shaped you. And this actually brings me to the paid partnership of today's video. With my lifestyle, I sometimes feel like I am in a never-ending pivot moment. Sometimes it feels like a never-ending challenge to stay centered when I'm constantly evolving. And if you've ever found yourself in this position, you've probably found yourself in the spot of letting go of who you were while also getting to know who you are now. Many of you guys know I started therapy 2 years ago now to help me have a new perspective on things, but also to be a mirror for me so that I could see my patterns in a way that allows me to go deeper in my journey of self-discovery. I'm so grateful to announce that BetterHelp is the paid partner of this video, and they are on a mission to make starting therapy easier. I have spoken with my therapist from all over the world, in 10 different countries, on the animal rescue in Italy, in my broken down van, sleeping in many different mechanics parking lots. And the platform has been so easy to use, and it's been very grounding to have through this entire adventure. How it works is that you just fill out a questionnaire and you will match with a therapist as soon as possible. You can easily, at no extra cost, change your therapist if it's not the right fit. I did this one time and it led me to the therapist of my dreams. So with over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform that you can trust. So click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/Araya to get 10% off your first month of therapy. So I think that pattern disruptors are a very important part of this message, because it's really the world, I'm seeing it so clearly right now. I hope I can find the words to explain this. The world and those, operating in the world, the majority, the masses, they stay asleep, right? It just is normal what happens when we find our routine, We drive to the same places, we go to the same grocery store, we see the same people, we have the same schedule, we go to the gym at the same time, we have the same, work schedule, blah, blah, blah. Oftentimes, a lot of people. And in that, you fall asleep. If you don't consciously choose to disrupt patterns, and if you don't have pattern disruptors, then you start falling into a daze of life. That's why the events of this past week have been very important, I feel, and divinely orchestrated to wake people up and to, shake people back into consciousness. When we are awake, okay, yes, I see it so clearly. It's like I can see the veil, I can see so many different layers of the dimensions. So when you're awake, and this goes for both sides, when you're awake, so much that is meant for you can come in. That's why meditation is so important. Mindful meditation, just getting very centered in your being and holding that space. When you hold that space, the momentum of things rolling, according to someone else's plan in your life, stop. And then the momentum gets back to your sovereignty. And then there's holes in the veil almost, that the things that are meant for you start coming through. So on a wide scale, our society right now, the world, has been shaken up and woken up and conscious, and that's allowing for this new frequency to come through, these new energies to come through, like we've been talking about with the Atlas, 3i Atlas coming by, new frequencies coming to Earth. And so this is a very, very, very important time. The ego will want to come through in this time too. And so as we are, moving through this and we're becoming aware and things are coming through, because they will at a rapid pace, they will very rapidly, these new levels of awareness with the pattern disruptors, with these moments of, downloads, these moments of miracles, these moments of redirection, these moments that are innately designed for you. You might have an influx of abundance, an influx of love, an influx of opportunity. This message is to remind you not to attach to those, not to find your worth in that, but to practice, because if you're here with me right now, you probably have a very strong practice and knowing of how to do this, to practice staying in your sovereignty, even as everything around you shifts. For the good, for the bad, there is no such thing as good or bad, but perceived good and bad, as everything shifts, stay in your sovereignty, stay in it as much as you possibly can, to continue allowing in what is meant to be allowed in. The contrary of that is when we go so low, right? And, if you get really drunk, or you get really stressed, or you have too much caffeine, or you, are just, you get really low vibrations. You then, what I see is you open up for energies to come in, thoughts to come in that are not going to serve you for your highest good, that are not going to help the momentum of you in alignment with your highest self. And you can clear those, again, by coming back into your sovereignty, by not attaching to being enlightened, not attaching to being spiritual, not attaching to being healthy, not attaching to being right, not attaching to being more moral than others, but just moving through this time in sovereignty. I am going to find that piece to my microphone. Soon I will have a wind microphone. It's very windy here in Ireland. I'm going to either find it today, I'm going to go on a search for it. I need a certain piece of the cord, or I will order one. It's time to upgrade these videos and to use my mic and maybe start using my my vlogging camera again. But That's the very clear message right now for you. It's like miracles are coming into your life. Like incredible miracles are coming into your life. This is what we've been talking about for the past few weeks, especially. Like, this is the moment right now on earth where everything changes. It's not exactly, but it is what happened in 2020, where a mass awakening happened. And I want to say, don't let yourself fall back asleep, but I don't think that you will. I think that, neural pathways are like muscles almost, like, not necessarily, but the more that you practice it, the stronger that road becomes. Like, it might be a back road right now, but you practice going on it and practice going on it and practice going on it, and then it becomes the main highway, like the best, most nicely paved highway. Everyone loves taking this highway. This highway has beautiful views, it's safe, it's quick, it's efficient. Like, that's like the neural pathway. If you continue to practice this neural pathway, then that becomes the default setting. And so this practice that I'm saying to do is your sovereignty, is your non-attached state. It is not allowing the ego to creep in and say, this is me, this is right, this is identity, you are safe without that. The love that you have in your heart, that is the safety. And it is okay if you look at anyone on earth, mostly, anyone on earth, and if you can immediately feel into the love that is within them, even if they're saying or doing something that does not align with what you believe is right, or feel is right, or feel is love, or feel is sovereignty, if you can still feel the God, the truth within them, that is your gift. And that is what is so needed on earth right now, is that type of energy, that type of awareness. That is what is going to continue allowing in the energies and the frequencies of this new earth. You're like sorry for the tractor. I'm not sure what the neighbors are doing. They have horses over there. Really, really beautiful horses. But as you continue to hold this space open right now, you will allow in what needs to come through. While there might be darker things coming through because of all the fear and chaos, you are a very important part of the shift right now for holding that space and being like a portal, an opening, a conduit, like something that is opening up for the divine to come through. You're saying, I trust, I believe, I accept, I love, I am holding the space for all. I am being the I am that I am, and allowing that to come to earth right now. Not with the, attachment to what it will do, but just holding that space. And everything that is meant to happen in the divine plan will, because you did that. And so your life up until this point has been, this giant pivot moment, nonstop pivot moment, this unconventional, whether or not like you've been living a conventional life in the perceived reality, your energy, your thoughts have probably been a bit unconventional. And that has been, and that maybe loneliness that you felt, that isolation that you felt, the voids that you've been in, that has all been in divine purpose so that you could reach this moment and be that like alien, I don't know the better word for it, that you are, to be able to be in this chaos and to hold so much love. To be able to hold so much love right now. You had to feel the depths. You had to feel the lack. You had to feel the unworthiness. You had to feel the lack of health, whatever it was, whatever those hardships were that you went through, and you still had the faith and the knowing of who you are and what exists beyond this realm. That faith was meant to grow in those moments, in the darkness. Those roots were meant to go down. Those neural pathways were meant to become like the best highway on earth, to know the truth even in the darkness, so that you can be that conduit now and sprout up for the world to look to you. Whether you're speaking about it or not, your frequency is going to change this planet right now. And so you have a very important role, and I'm so grateful and I'm so honored to be here with you right now. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your loving messages, your comments. I read all of them, and wait for the wind, the gust to go away. If you want to go deeper with me, I think 12 weeks to decondition is the best offer that I have right now for this time on earth. It's all about deconditioning your mind, removing the blocks, the illusions, and helping you see past that. Sorry, the tractor's getting very loud. I'll wrap it up. If you don't want to do 12 weeks, if you don't feel you can commit to 12 weeks, I have the Decondition Library, which is a collection of 11 meditations to help you decondition your mind and go deeper, go into the Akashic records, do a morning and evening neuroplasticity rewiring meditation. There is inner child. There's so much in there. So I'll link that below. If you want to do any of my 21-day programs, I'll link that. If you want to work one-on-one, I'm going to have that up just for a few weeks because I noticed that a lot of people were trying to book a few months ago and my link wasn't working. And so if you were trying to do that, or if you want to work one-on-one, I have that available right now. And I will leave you guys with that. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.